Say goodnight, written on the ground in chalk, all that off-white. Put you right up on a shirt. I'll be damned if I never put in work. You a broke ass bitch, your pockets hurt. And I carry an Uzi, no vert, chillin' in the jacuzzi. My way, 90 on the dash, driving down the highway. Only care about the cash, what the fuck can I say? I've been waiting for the blow up, call me Pompeii. Hey, hop inside an Audi, then I did the dash. Shawty know I only care about the cash. Big guns, big sticks, big rash. She asked me how I got it, said I got it like that. I get it when I wanna, smoking marijuana. Keep it hotter than a sauna, smoking till the sun up. They asked me if I have bands, I said bring your funds up. They texted me to a challenge, and they didn't show up.
Yeah.
23.
Tommy says, man, I'm feeling good again, but I probably shouldn't be. Cause the way I've been acting, but fuck it though.
Ayo, Babs, this shit crazy.
Yeah, off in it, sipping on but we be popping it. I'm moving safe like cautiously. You watch the way that you talk to me. My new hoe is a model. She wanna fly out to Cabo. I said just wait till I drop my album.
Girl, it's alright, I'm a hoe too. Just got a bag, I'm a blow through. I need some space, need O2. And I get the shit that you go through. It's probably my fault if I ghost you. I push away people I'm close with. Or stand on and stand, I don't know shit. Yeah, we took a pic and I posted. I remember the blog I was posted. My red ring gon' shine like a glow stick. I'm like, can you swallow this whole shit? They riding my wave like an ocean. Wait, I can't tell the time on my new Audemars. I do this shit that gon' set me apart. Yeah, girl, I'm a savage. Yeah. So I got a bad bitch, stay at the top. Yeah, we came from the bottom. I got a script from the dock. Yeah, got Percocet problems. My haters want me to flop. Nah. Say fuck when we ballin'. I don't say shit, but I miss you a lot, yeah. Say fuck it, I'm calling. You better pick up the phone when I phone you. I don't go bro, that's the shit that my clones do. I don't show love to a hoe unless I own you. I wanna hold you. Don't always do the shit that I'm supposed to. If I act right with a hoe, she bad. Some things better in the past, though, yeah. But tryna bust this little bit from the back, ayy. Just tryna get my rack, ayy. It's alright, I'm a hoe too. You just wanna fuck, wanna get me high. Don't talk much, I'm slow too. Last hoe left, she ain't say why. Y'all don't really get what I go through. I just need space, need O2. Can't say why, but I chose you. My new drip finna get me fly. Girl, it's alright, I'm a hoe too. Just got a bag, I'm a blow through. I need some space, need O2. And I get the shit that you go through. It's probably my fault if I ghost you. I push away people I'm close with. Or stand on and stand, I don't know shit. Yeah, we took a pic and I posted. I remember the blog I was posted. My red ring gon' shine like a glow stick. I'm like, can you swallow this whole shit? They riding my wave like an ocean. Wait, I can't tell the time on my new Audemars. I do this shit that gon' set me apart. Yeah, girl, I'm a savage. Yeah. So I got a bad bitch. I got demons, they dark. I took her home and I ripped her apart. Tried to show love and she ripped on my heart. Green around me like I should at the park. I smoked gelato, don't fuck with a cart. And I probably flooded shit off from the start. I know what you been, I know what you are. Still wanna lay with you, stare at the stars. I just took a Benzo, but I just wanna vibe with my friends though. And don't put me up in no friend zone. But can we still fucking be friends though? Nah. Probably not. I'm in a city where they really rob and show you the game, but you really off and shit. It's alright, I'm a hoe too. Just got a bag, I'm a blow through. I need some space, need O2. And I get the shit that you go through. It's probably my fault if I ghost you. I push away people I'm close with. Or stand on and stand, I don't know shit. Yeah, we took a pic and I posted. I remember the blog I was posted. My red ring gon' shine like a glow stick. I'm like, can you swallow this whole shit? They riding my wave like an ocean. Wait, I can't tell the time on my new Audemars. I do this shit that gon' set me apart. Yeah, girl, I'm a savage. Yeah. So I got a bad bitch. Yeah.
All right. How's everybody doing today? We get started here in a second. Just want to throw some background music on. How's everybody doing? It's already been a very interesting start Well, that is not what I was looking for. Hold on. Okay, there you go. All right. It's already been a pretty eventful week. Excited to get into things with all of y'all here. Let's get into it. How's everybody doing? All right. Let's just kind of dive right into it. You know, dollar, in my opinion, is an interesting area right now. And if you guys are kind of following along our thoughts from last week, Friday, even Thursday as well, you know, we are looking for dollar to, you know, Wednesday, or when was I last on the stream? Yeah, Friday. But yeah, we do these streams Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? So, you know, I do other streams as well. I'm just trying to remember what I said on this last one. But, you know, overall wanted to see dollar give us a rally up into this area. And then this is where we're kind of speculating to see if we were going to see some downside. But overall, you know, really expecting to see if dollar's going to give us the higher move up into this imbalance, right? You guys know what's been going on around the world and stuff. You know, really a lot of agenda, in my opinion, being pushed for people to remove dollars, right? You know, that's all we're seeing. You know, this country not using dollars anymore, this, that, patty whack. You know, we got presidents of different countries saying to get rid of dollars. So inevitably, you know, if everybody in the world is going left, we're going to go right. And that's where the dollar bull idea really came in for the beginning of April and what our thoughts were last week. So right now, I'm really curious about where we're at. You know, this could simply just sell off here, but I'm not really convinced. You know, to be honest, I think this area is about to get respected and we are going to rally higher. You know, considering that this is the low of the day at the moment, you know, it's very possible we could continue to sell off, right? Like that's obviously on the table as well. But I'm just thinking, like, to me, this isn't a really valid sell, right? Usually if it is going to continuously sell, you know, we like seeing some price development in those types of areas, right? Something like over here or here, right? Or even here, right? Market came up, right? Gave us a valid distribution and then sold off. So considering that it didn't really do any of that, it kind of just sold off going into the end of New York yesterday. I really think that we're most likely going to hold this area and we're going to travel higher is what I'm thinking, right? Ideally, you know, getting above these highs would be cool, right? And then, you know, we could see if, you know, this is going to travel higher, you know, attack these highs and even inevitably even get into that daily imbalance is what I would like to see on dollar, right? So we'll see if this kind of plays out for us. Based off of this idea, you know, I'm kind of looking at a few things. I want to see if gold will trade lower, right? I want to see if gold will trade lower potentially. You guys know we've been shorting gold for a little bit. We did get a nice buy off of our area where we were looking to TP. So if you guys have been following along the short ideas, you know, there's multiple short ideas that we grabbed last week off the stream. You know, we grabbed this one on Thursday, and then we were talking about, I believe we were talking about even more shorts on Friday, but Friday was like a bank holiday, so there was no gold price action. So, you know, inevitably, even when the market opened, we continued selling off. But, you know, gold did bounce off of this area. So it bounced. I'm looking for a short where we're at. And then other thing is UCAD. You know, I like the 15-minute area that we're in, 30-minute area, whatever you want to call it. right? If dollar does want to rally off of this area, I think it's very valid to see UCAD go up. Oil has been playing out beautifully for us as well. Sadly, I got hit out because my broker didn't follow this data feed. It followed this one, right? And you guys can see the area that we entered off of last week, right, was right in here. So, my particular broker followed this data feed, and it took me out break even. So I was scoping for a short yesterday as well, but I got hit out. I got kind of did dirty with this wick right here because I was attempting shorts off of here. But, oil to me is still bearish, right? I think that oil is still going to give us that short-term move that we've been wanting to see to the downside. We've officially kind of cleared all this liquidity. So if you guys didn't get finessed like I did by my broker, maybe y'all are still in here, right? You're probably still in here. Maybe you got our first target area, which was these lows. So I do want to see if oil is going to continue lower and fill in some of this gap. But you guys know what the drill is, right? We still want to see oil overall higher, just wanting to see if we're going to get more of this gap fill, right? So based off of that thought, oil has been a little weak, right? We did see some oil weakness with what price action's been doing. So possibly with dollar's bullishness as well as oil's weakness, maybe we could see USD CAD give us an upward move. That could be a possibility here. And it really depends on what dollar wants to do. To me, if dollar trades below, this candle, everything is invalidated for me, right? Really want to see us respect this imbalance. If not, respect this candle and, continue trading higher. If not, it is what it is. We'll see what happens, right? But that's kind of the objective that I have with the markets today. I wasn't able to grab any dollar shorts yesterday. It didn't really give me my valid setup that I would want to see. There were a few things I was looking at on my Go Live stream yesterday. A few students even brought up, the idea of buying GU or EU. EU was the original one that I was looking at yesterday to potentially, or not yesterday, but last week. We were looking at shorts to then buy this in this imbalance. But I didn't really get my ideal entry scenario, so I wasn't able to get in. We kind of did a little bit of, breaks and stuff like that on a smaller time frame, but really wasn't my ideal setup that I like to enter on. So I wasn't able to take advantage of the hedge here. Just in case, if I am wrong about, seeing dollar potentially go more bullish, this could have been a nice hedge, right? To see more dollar short ideas. So, that's kind of where I'm at with things. Really just paying attention to where we're at right now with dollar. Is this going to be labeled as the low of the day? Are we going to see dollar trade higher? Or are we going to just simply continue from our original zone that we had from last week, right? So, if you guys are able to take advantage of, this short idea, then you guys are good, right? We'll see if the buys play out as well. But, that's how, you could be hedging on both sides and allowing really the winner to just kind of take it all afterwards. But, yeah, Euro, same thing. For me to really convince the buy side as well, like I said, I didn't really see my ideal scenario. So, maybe Euro can sell off from where it's at as well. There's a possibility. You guys see we did clear up a lot of this liquidity, and then we came into this imbalance in here. And, we can kind of see if it is going to sell off from this zone. Same kind of thought with dollar. Is it just going to fill the imbalance and then trade lower? Or, to me, even it's in the 30-minute candle, so we could see something like that. But yeah, that's really on my radar today. I don't really see anything else at the moment. Oil, I was looking to see if we could get another retracement. Just I hate having to play things like this later in the range. Like I'm more of I more of get these test entries, right? But once again, yesterday's move like this kind of really threw me off. There were equal highs, but this kind of just threw me off. So we'll see. But yeah, just keep that in mind. Gold as well. There's a nice shorting opportunity yesterday. I don't know if you guys were able to spot that one. That was clean. We can talk about that later. But yeah, overall gold as well. Gold did come into our buy zone. So just be cautious of that. Playing this short, I am going less risk and stuff just because it's just a little bit of uncertainty there for me personally. But I'm kind of not liking how the volume is printing. We could look at this as a potential absorption, right, off of this area, which a lot of selling did get absorbed, right? And that's what's making me a little hesitant, right, of gold, because, we have the absorption, but ideally when we come into these areas, I do like still seeing a selling climax print. So the thing that's making me somewhat confident about this is because we have so much sell volume, and to me this could be a valid low to continue going lower. And we are rejecting nicely off the weekly open as well. So the other thing as well is I feel that before gold creates this new high, if that's what it wants to do, we could be seeing gold at least come into this 4-hour imbalance based off this last range. We only reacted off of 618, so I'm thinking maybe we could see some more downside, and then we could go higher, right? We do have CPI and stuff on the table for tomorrow, right? Let me pull that up. All right, so we do have a lot of news events overall this week, right? So today's Tuesday, we really don't have too much on the calendar, whereas tomorrow, right, we have CPI to start off the day. Then we have, the pound governor speaking. That might cause some volatility to pound, but not something I'm really focusing on, to be honest. I'm more intrigued with CPI for obviously dollar stuff. So looking at gold and stuff like that. And then we have USD CAD, or not USD CAD, but we have CAD rates, which obviously could affect USD CAD oil. We have crude oil inventories, right? Then in the afternoon, we have G20 meetings all throughout the day, but then in the afternoon we have FOMC meeting minutes as well. And then we have Aussie unemployment rates to kind of end off the day. So that's where I'm kind of at. I feel, tomorrow's obviously going to be the bigger moves, but maybe today positions us in areas to get us better, XXX USD positions tomorrow potentially. So that's kind of where I'm at. Maybe we come down lower, and then tomorrow gives us our buys up on gold. Maybe USD CAD goes up higher so that we can maybe look for shorts, right? Because this is overall bearish in my opinion. We still have these equal lows intact. We do still have a lot of this imbalance to fill, but that's what I mean. I feel like today we would focus on filling some of this imbalance, and then maybe tomorrow, depending on what news comes out, right? If CPI is coming out, or CPI is lower, to me that could mean dollar lower, right? Because to me that's showing that what they're doing is working in a sense. So we'll see. This could be another potential short. On USD CAD, we had this top up in here. So now the question is where is the next short going to be? To me, it is looking like it's ramping up for its next short, though, right? Just seeing how USD CAD has been kind of trading in this like trend line channel. I think it's just a matter of time before it really breaks this. So I'm thinking we can run higher. Maybe we come into this imbalance, right? For the buy side, this is where I would like to target, right? If I were to look for buys today, I would like to see if we can get up in here, and then maybe we could see some downside. So that's where my head's at for USD CAD. So we'll kind of see there. Oil is trading up higher, but we are trading up with no wick on the downside. So that could mean that, well, this hourly has a wick. 4 hour, oh, never mind. 4 hour did have a wick. I was just zoomed out too far. But yeah, oil has been taking its sweet time, but I think it could trade lower as well. Yeah, there is a wick there. So yeah, let's just allow price to do its thing. New York just did open. We're 20 minutes into the new hour. So, if the low of the day wants to be kept intact on USD CAD, ideally the scenarios that I see, most of the time when we, come down into these specific areas, right? If London is the low creator, then we could see New York as a continuation potentially. And, I know I showed you guys that higher time frame target as well on USD CAD, but minimum I would like to see if we could at least get these highs taken, right? I think the highs from yesterday is a very valid target. But yeah, if Asian session, created kind of this range, right? Let's say if Asian, this is basically what it did, right? Asian session created that range, and then London essentially created the low of the day, right? I'm just gonna put London, right? And then now we've broke up to the upside, so maybe that London low gets maintained, and then New York retraces, and it just continues. Right, so that's kind of the thought process that I have for this, right? We traded off lower. Asian session left a lot of liquidity. We have liquidity from yesterday's New York as well. So, now that we got this dip lower, we even cleared some of these short-term lows over here, right? Yesterday's low of the day, right? So I find that interesting as well, how we swept that. So, this could be that move up is what I would like to see. So far it's printing in our favor, but we don't get happy just yet. We got to see a solid closure above and really see this thing expand. So yeah. And then gold as well, did come into the imbalance. Same thing. Would really want to see now confirmation that this is truly bearish, right? And to give us those closures below and really give us that expansion. I'm personally thinking that even if gold is going to be bullish, if it wants to, I think minimum, I also find it interesting how the hourly candle doesn't even have a wick to the downside, so that's pretty cool. 30 minute, 15 minute. Yeah, this candle doesn't have a wick on it, so that's very interesting. But yeah, sorry, back to what I was saying. So even if gold is bullish, the way I'm looking at it is this, this is our bearish structure, right? And we just broke above here, based off this hourly. Off of a 4 hour, I don't really consider this a break to the upside. You could technically look at it like that. Off of a 4 hour, this would be the overall range I would look at though. This is kind of like a 50%, in my opinion, we could play off of here once again, but I feel that if we are going to trade higher on gold, we would minimum get this hourly imbalance fill or this candle, right? I think both of these two would be on the table if we are going to see more upside, right? So if we're completely wrong about the gold idea, I think we would at least come down here prior to expanding higher, right? So that could be like a minimum target zone in a sense of taking this to. Right, that could be like a first TP or whatever. But overall, for me, like I said, I feel that, a more valid area to buy gold would be down here, right? And I'm seeing the same thing over on silver as well. silver has really been tightening up in this range, and we're seeing the same kind of vibes, right, of us trading lower. So I think silver can as well come down into these lower areas and potentially take this wick, right? So that's where my head's at. I know y'all are like talking in the chat and stuff. I'm not neglecting y'all. I'm just trying to, put everything on the table that I'm looking at today before I dive into the chat. But, that's how I look at that. And on top of that, what was the other thing else? Was there divergence here? No, not really. They both ran the high from yesterday, but silver ran it less as gold ran it a bit more. But yeah, and then euro, pound, and everything looking the same way. I'm not trying to cross-pollinate on too much stuff and like put the same risk. I'm really just focused on CAD and gold, because I don't want to like be like 10% in risk trying to take every single major. So I like CAD because of the oil strength and stuff too. So that's kind of why I focused on CAD, and I like the fact that it is USD driven as well. So I have that, and then I have gold. So those are the only two I'm running. I did originally take, and I'm happy I did this, because yesterday I partialed this move 80% of it, and I only let 20% ride. And I'm happy I did that, because if I just let my whole volume ride all the way down and it came back and hit me out break even, I would have been very salty today. So I'm happy I did that. I'm still riding from up here as well. Wish these positions were there as well, but it's all good. I'm still holding that one up there. So we'll see if we get that overall move down on gold as time progresses here. So far, dollar and everything rejecting nicely off our area. Now we just really need to see some solid closure, some solid breaks to the upside, right? So we got our mitigation. Price came into our area. In the next half an hour to an hour, we'll know. You guys know around 8:30 is when I generally anticipate that first move, just like how we saw yesterday. Well, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. Just like what happened on gold yesterday, right? 7:30 Central right here, right? This was that mitigation on gold off of that 5-minute time frame. Right, we came into that up candle right here on the 5-minute, and then we, right into 7:30, we then sold off, and we saw a shift in momentum, right? So that's kind of what I'm expecting, right? In this next 3 minutes to an hour, right, we should really start to see this move down, right? Same thing as yesterday. So 7:30 going into 8, right? Really going into that 10 o'clock time, we should really start seeing this trickle down and sell off. If just like yesterday, that's ideally what we would want to see here, right? And the same thing on CAD, right? I would want to see in these next bit, us trading higher, depending on how this plays out here, based off a 15 or a 5, this could be an add-on potential, right? But I personally wouldn't like to do that because there's still open imbalance down here, but, that could be a possibility. We'll kind of see here. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Indices, man. Indices were just something else. So we got our buy, on indices yesterday, right? This is what we were looking at. You guys remember from last week? We were looking at the fact that this could be SC spring. We broke up. And we were ideally looking for buys here to start off the week, and we got that. All right, so if you guys played this yesterday on NASDAQ or S&P, shout out to you. Right, this was fairly clean. I'm just really curious to see what's going to happen today. 30 has been a little, 30 has been doing 30 things, right? It's been pretty, was it not really the cleanest compared to the other two, to be honest, but 30 is back in that overall 1 hour candle from the top side, where you guys remember, was it last week, we were looking for shorts off of here, off that 30-minute. So there is some imbalances in here on the smaller time frame that we did just come in and fill, right? So we have this right here. So we did fill in that imbalance. I'm just, I kind of want to see what the open does before I try to try to get in on this. I do like downside on indices, especially if dollar's going to keep ramping up, and that's the objective. I think that indices will continue to potentially trade lower. Now, 30 does have some very clean equal lows and stuff like that. I'm just being patient. I want to wait and see what the open does. And, so far this candle does look nice, considering that we did sweep that Asian high. And now we got a 30-minute as well as a 15-minute break to the downside. So that's looking nice. Like I said, I just want to see more confirmation going into the open. So we'll keep our eyes on this for the next hour or so and see how this plays out. But yeah, to me, this hourly candle is very interesting, right? It did come, sweep the highs. Now let's just see how the open plays out. If the open gives us another smaller time frame, movement as it's showing us here, that could be validating us to position in potential short ideas, right? So that's where I'm looking at there. Yeah, so I know you're asking for indices, Alex. I literally just saw your comment, so I guess I was already talking about it. But yeah, we'll see. The ideal scenario, once again, is you guys already being in the buys and then, maybe taking some of those profits and then attempting to short and hedging. So that way you minimize your risk, right? You're only risking profits instead of risking your actual, balance. Or you could even take some off of the table from your equity and then, play it like that. However you want to, I'm not your financial advisor. But that's kind of how I look at that. But the one thing that's really throwing me away from indices is just kind of the divergence and stuff that's been happening. So, I'm personally probably just going to observe the indices today. I'm not going to really attempt any positions because I can see really both sides. Because if this does happen to sell off for the open, there is a possibility we could respect this and then go higher as well. But, I'm kind of just, I'm on the fence with the indices. Let's just put it that way. We'll see. There's a lot of imbalance and stuff in here too. So we could see sell off, but inevitably buys as well. But we'll see. Once again, you could look at this as two ways. You could see this as a higher low, on a 1 hour, or this could be considered trendline liquidity as well. So that's why I'm open to both sides there. We'll see what happens. But how are y'all doing though? Are you guys in any positions already for the week? What are you guys looking at? Let me know in the chat. So yen futures did sell off from our area. I don't know if I talked about this here or not, but that was nice. It's buys for XXX yen made sense. I really don't think the shorts are going to come in just yet. I think we're going to clear the highs first on EJ and stuff, and then we're going to come back to this candle. That's what I would like. We'll see. I think yen overall is going to trickle down and get into this gap or this imbalance, and then maybe we could see our next set of buys there. That's kind of where my head's at right now. So maybe we come back up, retracement back into our daily candle, and then go lower. What's good, Maru from Australia? Alex, what's good? Mason, what's going on? Grand Rising to you as well. Omar, Adnan, what's going on? Christian, what's good? AD, what's good? I unfortunately got stopped out BE and had to work yesterday, so I didn't catch the re-entry. If you're talking about oil, yes, it was a challenging one. Yo, tips for commissions. I'm usually 20 to 30 plus lots because of small entries of being a scalper, having 3 to 10 pip stop losses. Commissions is honestly something you really can't avoid. That's just the broker. If you want to be more safe about it, I personally don't put my trades just in break even. Like, I'll put it like a pip or two higher or lower depending on if I'm buy or sell, so that way it covers me for commissions. Yeah, it is a very small percentage, but just to consider that, you could always move your target further if that's what you're worried about. But that's kind of how I just look at that, though. It's kind of our business expenses of being a trader. Yeah, commissions do suck, but that's, it is what it is. That's kind of how that works out. You could always, obviously, depending on what broker and stuff you use, there's probably a better, a better broker out there that might be more commission, better for you in a sense. I would say that. I don't know if that made sense, but maybe they charge less. But that's kind of the name of the game. Commissions is one thing, man. Imagine swap, if you're hold or trade. Like for me, for oil, I ended up taking a very, very small loss on this. Because when it hit me out, not only did it hit me out, but there are swap fees, right? Because I held this for one day, 2 days, and basically the third day, then I got hit out. So there's commissions as well, something as well to keep in mind. Was in the buy for gold, joined the sell. Nice. Yeah, the buy was nice yesterday. I was already in the short. Like yesterday I already hit my days, like what I wanted to look for the day. So I kind of wasn't really concerned on getting the buy, but it was clean though. The buy was very clean. I think the most ideal buy entry, and obviously this is a hindsight at this point, but this would have been it, because this would have been a pretty big stop. We're talking about like 60 pips almost. Whereas this would have been better. You could have taken the imbalance and then, probably a 20, 30 pip stop. And then that was a nice little hedge there. Or maybe that is the trend. Who knows? Like I said, we're gonna see here in the next little bit. So far, gold is playing out nice in our favor. One thing we can also observe here, if you look at the candle closes based off this candle and this one, right, we do have a little bit more buy volume on this one, but we have a lower close, so that's nice. And also, I forgot to identify like the buying climax and stuff like that, but really, if you guys look at this after we swept yesterday's high, if we pay attention to these candles, we could be looking at this as the buying climax, and then the market closed higher with less volume. Right, so I find that interesting as well on gold. So that could mean more downside there. But yeah, just going to have to let this stuff play out. I'm not going to try and, keep justifying, but, we do got to spend time talking about the thought process on these streams. But yeah, dollar index as well, I think it has room to come down all the way down even to that 15-minute candle if it were to be the buy side. If not, I was completely wrong, and this is just going to yeet and just take us out. But yeah, to me, we're playing inside that 4-hour candle, right? So, yeah. Either way, we're still swimming in profit from last week. So if you guys are using proper risk management, even if you do get taken out of gold and, potentially even USD CAD or any of those dollar-based ideas that I just mentioned, you should still be up from last week, because, we hit this bottom smack on, we were able to, even on NFP on Friday, we were talking about how this wick is most likely going to get ran, and that's what happened going into the open. So, right, that's why risk management is important, because even if you're wrong more often, based off of the risk reward, you could still be profitable, right? And I've talked about this a lot, you know, even for myself. Most months, you know, I am only about 30% accurate, to be honest with y'all. My best months are being like 50% accurate. But, you know, if you're taking 1 to 5s, you know, like 1 to 5s, 1 to 10s or whatever, it's like you can afford to lose 30% of the time. Or sorry, 70% of the time, and those 30% of those wins is still going to make you profitable, right? So, you know, it all depends. I am more of a higher risk to reward trader, and then I have, you know, less accuracy. It is what it is, but that's just kind of how it works for me. You know, I would like overall, I am working on making my accuracy better, so that way, you know, I can truly maximize on my taking profit and my reward there. So yeah, we might be fighting this a little too hard here, but we'll see. We'll see. Cuz you know, this 4-hour candle could come down like this, and the 4-hour candle just started printing, right, in the last 40 minutes, 42 minutes or so. So, you know, even though it comes down like this could still close like a wick and go higher. So I'm open to that thought. And then, like I was saying, the 50 minutes still open there too. So, you know, unless this low a day is completely not going to be respected at all, then we're just going to get yeeted lower. So we'll see. Was in the buy, joined the sell. In gold sell from London. Nice, Maru. That's dope. So you're like in from the top. That's awesome. That's awesome. Love to see it. Got pending sell on EU and pending on USD CAD. Okay. Yeah, we'll see if we get this, and we'll see if we get EU downside as well. It's all really based off the dollar. We'll see if we get what we want. Did you buy or did you pay about 100 USD for the order management tool? Yeah. Yeah, it's like $118 or something like that. I think it's $118 USD. Oh, it actually became cheaper now. Unless this is my price because I'm already bought one. Maybe it's making it cheaper for the next one or something. I don't know, but yeah, from when I bought it, I think it was 118 or 115 or something. Around $100 basically. Yo, it's good, AK. Yeah, I truly struggle taking less trades. Yeah, trust. You know, that is kind of the thing, like inevitably, you know, over trading. Because if you overtrade, you know, you could be pissing away your wins, right? And that's where risk management really comes in, because, you know, if you're really kind of in that scarcity mindset with that, you could always, like, let's say if you're already up for the month, just as an example, right? You know, last week was an amazing week for a lot of us, right? So you guys could be, you know, because you're super up on your account for the month already, you could minimize your risk this week up until the point you're in profits, and then you can go back to risking your regular amount again. You know what I mean? So it really comes down to money management. You know, there's multiple ways you guys could be risking on your accounts, right? It does come over time with experience, right? You can see how you can like micromanage and do different things. But that's how I kind of do that is, you know, if I'm up on the day or up on the week, you know, I'll minimize my risk. So that way, you know, like I'll cut it a little bit less if I wanted to. Maybe if I'm less confident on a setup, you know what I mean? But there are times where I will just keep firing at the same risk level just because of the confidence in the setup and whatever have you. So, you know, it really depends. It really depends. But, you know, kind of to satisfy your guys' urge in a sense, you know, you could always lessen your risk or up your risk depending on what the situation could be. Man, Chef is ugly as fuck. Like, look at this. So, yeah, if we want to see dollar upside, obviously we look for buys on this too. This just looks atrocious. There's a potential selling climax in there. This could trade higher as well. And just like I said, I don't want to average myself into too many majors, right? I looked it up yesterday for myself. It was 118. Okay, 118 for MT5, 99 for MT4. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I did get the MT4 one. Does the order box management tool work on MT4 on MacBooks? Yeah. It should. I would double check that, but I'm assuming if you have MT4, you should be able to like install it and download it and everything, because you essentially install it through the MT4 platform, right? You go under, like once you buy it, you log in on MT4. Like there's like at the bottom of MT4, there's like an experts tab, something like that, and then that's where you like once you add it in, that's where you can like log in. So there's like an experts tab, and that's where you can log into your stuff. And then once you're logged in, then it'll prompt you to essentially download, I believe. But yeah. Or I think it's under the market. I think you click market actually on your MT4. Man, I just lagged out my MT4. I don't know what I did. Yeah, so I think you go under market or something. It's somewhere in there. Somewhere in there. Like you have to log in, and then after you log in on your MT4, you create an MQL5 account or whatever, and then once you purchase it, it's in your actual account. So then you log into your account into your terminal, and then you can add it on there, download it, whatever, yada yada, and then you have it. Once you have it, then you could then trade it and stuff. So it should work on MacBook, and I believe I think you can have it on a maximum of 5 terminals. So you can use it, like, you could even share it with somebody if you wanted to, if you're open to obviously letting them log into your MQL5 account or whatever. But yeah, you're able to use it on 5 MT5s, I believe, or MT4s or MT5, depending on which one you buy. But I think each one is, I think there's a max of 5 terminals. What's good, Block? I personally have multiple accounts. I have a personal account, and then I have prop firm accounts. Some accounts are linked, others aren't linked. Some accounts are swing, other account is not swing. I have different parameters for that. That could be possible on EU, but I'm just really waiting to see what dollar does. We're getting our 8 o'clock candle here soon, so. Ideally, I would have liked to see 7:30 really give us a strong reaction out of here, but I'm kind of struggling at the moment. We'll see. Reaction could come in later at 8:30 as well, so we'll see. Already looked at EU. We could see downside, But the thing that's making me sketchy once again is dollar. You know, like I said, I don't know if you guys were here when we first started off the stream, dollar did come into our sell zone from last week, right? We filled in the wick, we filled in the body, and we saw a very strong sell-off going into the end of New York yesterday, right? So we traded up in there for the beginning of the session, and then we started to sell off. So, you know, this move could make a new lower low for DXY, and I'm open to that, right? Because that was discussed here, but I'm open to that thought. But you know, based off a 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever have you, you know, there is some internal structure in here where we could potentially see upside. So I was looking at the fact that we are in this 4 hour candle currently right now, and maybe we get that, you know, we did get a small 15-minute break in here, right? So now the question is this going to be the move up, or is it going to continue the 4 hour trend and then just wipe this area out? So if that happens, once again, you know, EU originally, we were looking for buys down here. But once again, if dollar maintains that area and we actually happen to go higher, then, you know, shorting EU here would make sense, right? Because it's literally trading into the exact same candle dollar is, right? So this would be essentially like the last line of defense. If it wipes through this, then, you know, dollar shorts win, right? Yeah, that was the thought, though. You know, that was our overall thought. You know, dollar is bearish overall on a higher time frame and everything, right? But we're potentially anticipating a, you know, maybe we get a higher move is what I would like to see. You know, I could be completely wrong today, and, you know, we could be off there, but that's kind of how I'm looking at that. You know, maybe dollar does give us a reaction here to go higher. Yeah, it's also the fact that I wasn't able to hedge and get in dollar shorts yesterday. I just didn't get my ideal entry. Like, I was looking at GU and EU yesterday, and I didn't really get my ideal buy scenario. Like, on GU, I was wanting to see if we were going to get this imbalance fill going into, like, the open and stuff, and I didn't get that. 5 minute did give an entry, right? 5 minute did give us an entry, but, you know, wasn't the most ideal. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, so, you know, like I was saying, with dollar and how it reacted off that 4 hour area, you know, it came into the same corresponding zone as GU. You know, it came into that 4 hour imbalance. It's just, you know, like I said, I didn't get my ideal entry to kind of play the buy here. And same thing with euro, you know, I didn't really get my ideal entry scenario. Which it is what it is. So that could play out. You know, these buys that potentially happened yesterday could play out. But to me, the shorting zone, to me, this is a valid area for shorts as well. Like I said, you know, we are actually above the weekly open as well. So that's another cool confirmation there. So if the objective is to go lower to start off the week, you know, this would make sense where we're at on euro. Like I said, same thing for dollar. We would want to see upside here, so we'll see. Gold so far is playing out beautifully. Right, we'll see if we get the continuation. If you guys are in here with me, drop some fire emojis, maybe some pew-pew guns in the chat. Right, drop them water pistols. Right. I am favoring XXX USD down, just to put that out there. I would like to see that. But like I said, if our analysis from last week plays out and this 4 hour zone gets respected, you know, it's like technically we knew about that too. You know what I mean? We would have been aware, you know, like That's why I like playing. If you guys know me personally, I'll play both sides of the market and get the most optimal entry. Right? Like I'll play the short and I'll play the buy. That's just how I am, because I'm kind of always in that open mentality of which way price could go. Right? And it's kind of hard to tell this week with news. Like, is news, I ideally want to see news take us higher, to be honest, tomorrow. So maybe this could have been our ideal buy scenario for the week. And maybe it just, Euro just does something like this. For today, it continues rallying. Maybe it rejects off here. And then it just comes back in here tomorrow and then attacks the high. Like, that could happen. And I'm open to that. Right? Because even if I get clapped today, I can come back and clap back tomorrow. Right? So just, be aware of that. But yeah, dollar, like I said, in this next hour, we'll know. Right? We're going to get our next real big movement, in my opinion, by, 8:30, going to that 9 o'clock time. So, you just got to be patient at this point. I am liking how gold is playing out, though. Very clean. Very clean movement down. So we'll see how it's going to play out in the next 4 minutes going into 8:30. If we're really going to let loose here or not. Okay, I already answered your question, Gio and Wanjiku. We'll see how Euro plays. I would love this. Like I said, I would love that 15-minute short if it plays it. And it looks very clean to me too. We discussed this a little bit earlier on the stream. I guess you guys came in a bit late, but we swept all this liquidity and we came in and filled this imbalance, right? So, and we have a little bit of a 15-minute break of structure going on here. So this could go. I'm on the table of seeing that happen. I would like that. Please do GU. GU is basically the same thing. I think I talked about that too. But just the question is GU going to mitigate higher or not? EU and GU have been diverging very heavily. So, just got to see there. But GU did the same thing, ran previous highs, and now it's starting to look like it wants to short. So we'll see. And the other thing too, when I look at this buy scenario, I don't know. I'm just when price trades like this, I'm not really convinced that this is the new low. I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I look at that. That looks a little iffy. Right? No pun intended, but you guys get what I'm saying. That tripped me out. I was like, what the hell was that? But yeah, maybe GU can come fill this imbalance and go too. That could be valid. Right? EU has already kind of entered that candle. And we could see a divergence between these two as well. EU is trading up higher more than GU is. So, EU could come and, be a dickhead and run the high and then go, whereas GU maintains. Right? Let's see which one's weaker or stronger. Looks like Euro is stronger than Pound for the day at the moment, just looking at it right when I opened it type shit. If we really look at the daily and stuff, this is where we originally were looking for downside. This was from months ago, or a month ago almost, a couple of weeks. But, we are back in this daily and we're starting to reject higher. So Euro is potentially stronger than Pound. So if you're going to short, I feel like Pound could be the better short, potentially. But, Euro could come back down here as well. I'm just kind of interested to see if what it did here is valid for it to go higher, or if it's going to dip down one more time. Okay? UCAD be shaking it. But, UCAD been shaking it, though, on this counter trend. Like, you guys can see, you can be trading like UChef in this counter trend move that it's doing. Like, it's literally filling every little imbalance, barely moving and stuff. So, you know, maybe I should have focused on another major today instead of taking UCAD. That's something that I could reflect on. You know, we'll see. Alex, I'm in 30 cells. Nice. Oh, shit. Did it come hit our hourly candle? I just missed it. That's crazy. But yeah, you know, I would favor that too. If it plays out, it plays out. We'll see here in the next 30 minutes as well. We have our open. Just curious to see how this plays out here. Yeah, nice short though. You know, if we get the favor of what we want on dollar and everything, I think indices can come down again. And it's kind of hard for me to look past US 30s equal lows. But like I said, you know, the one main reason why I'm hesitant on playing the indices is because of what happened last week when we did this, right? We had our selling climax, this, and then we broke, and then we went higher. So, you know, that's the one thing that's making me hesitant. But, you know, we are breaking back down again. So this could be the open move here on these. So we'll see there. I'm personally not going to be trading oil just because I don't want to double down or double dip, I guess you could say, because I'm already looking at USD CAD buys. Yeah, I was honestly debating setting a pending here last night. I probably should have done that. But, you know, oil could simply fill in some of these imbalances and then trickle lower. This is, you know, I'm looking at oil right now to justify my CAD longs. So if oil comes in and then gives us shorting potential, like that would justify more longs on USD CAD, right? Yo, nice AK. Happy to see you in there, bro. Yes, sir. This was clean. I was trying to justify this last night, and then I actually kind of messed up. I set a very low risk because I was trying to short EU and GU and stuff last night. I set a very, very light risk pending, like very small off of this. As you guys can see, I got taken out there, and then GU, same thing. But yeah, low key, maybe I should have just set my limit on oil instead of, because I didn't want to have 3 limits running because I had a bias for EU, GU, and oil. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm liking the majors more. So then I try to do that. But in reality, though, I think oil would have been the best one to take because of the fact that it actually gave us a solid, you know, hourly close here yesterday. You know, closing below all of this. And then even the 30-minute, like I liked how it closed here. So this could have justified better shorts here. And the R to R made sense too. You know, if you played off the imbalance or even the candle. You know, this, I know there's the wick here, but this wick doesn't have any imbalance too much in it and stuff. So it's like you could have played the top of that 30-minute wick, which was ideally the top of this imbalance. You know, so you could have justified a stop like that. And then, you know, that was a nice little 1 to 3.8 or so, almost a 1 to 4. So that was clean. Good stuff, AK. UJ, I did want buys off of this 4-hour inside this imbalance, so that could play out as well. Just gonna take a look at all these majors. Meantime, ooh, nice selling climax vibes. Yeah, UJ does look like upside here. We have selling climax, spring, This looks very clean. Boom. You know, it could have been a better absorption, but that, you know, still counts in my opinion. You know, we do have a higher volume close. So this could go as well. Especially if dollar does his thing, this could really go. That looks very clean. Yeah, AK, I'm basically looking at the same thing, my friend. I would like to see if we could get upside as well. So we're on the same table. We're on the, you know, we're on the same side there. It's just, are we going to get the full imbalance fill like you want, or is it going to play in this imbalance? That's kind of the question. Now, I personally did, like, I'm in from the 30-minute candle. Because to me, I was like justifying the risk. It really isn't that much different. Right? If we were to take, well, like it kind of is, but you know, that's 7 pips, and then this is 13 pips. So I'm like 5 more pips, like whatever. Because my overall target on this, like intraday, I want to see this high. But like going into tomorrow, I think we can get up in here. Like we have. Not only do we have CPI tomorrow, we have CAD news as well. So maybe CPI could give us one move, and then CAD rates gives us the other move. So that's why I'm thinking maybe we can take CAD up in there. So, you know, that's that. Yeah, we're on the same page there, my friend. So, dollar rejecting fairly nicely right now. You know, I'm not going to get super happy or anything yet. But just like you, Jay, what do we see here, family? All right, we got that absorption. So this is looking nice. You know, we have our SC, potential spring, absorption, right? What we look for in our ideal entry scenarios here. All right, so very, very clean so far. We'll see how this continues to print. I'm just going to label this stuff so you guys can have, well, not only you guys, but I want to also have this as a point of reference. And then, yeah, you know, so same thing on gold, right? Gold, we were able to justify the same thing, right? We had BC, spring. Didn't quite get an absorption, but we did get a lower volume close. So that's, you know, still the same thing. There's 2 scenarios that can happen, right? Either you're going to get higher buying volume and it's going to close lower, or you could get lower close and lower buying volume. Like, that's still valid. Yeah, if you all are in these, you know, positions with me, you know, for the ones that have been in here, you know, USC CAD, I'm not going to get too happy about it. But if you guys are in gold and stuff like that, and you guys have been live here with me, you know, we are up, you know, a few pips here at the moment. All right, if you guys entered off that imbalance, you know, we're up about 40, almost 45 pips or so. So, you know, if you guys are in there with me, hit that like button. I would appreciate that. You know, help me get the word out with these streams and stuff as well. You know, we'll see how this plays out. Once again, I'm not going to toot my own horn yet, but, you know, so far this is looking good. Dollar's looking good. The thing I would want with dollar is a solid closure, right? To really confirm, I would love a close above here, right? That would be nice, right? But, you know, there is a lot more time in this session, right? New York session, you know, literally just opened about an hour ago, so we have a lot of time. We still got to let 8:30 volatility come in. We have 10 o'clock volatility Central Time, so still a lot. Appreciate y'all for the likes. Much love. And, you know, also hit that subscribe button as well if y'all aren't subscribed already. I passed phase 1 on the gold buy yesterday. Yo, let's go. Let's drop some fire emojis in the chat for Block. Good shit, bro. Happy to see that you passed your phase 1. Let's lock in phase 2 now. Good stuff. No, you guys always got to help celebrate other people's success, so the universe then knows that you are then ready for success as well. So let's Let's celebrate. We need at least 30 likes in here. Let's go. Yeah, facts. You know, I think there's like 30 people live here with us. So if you guys can give me all your likes, that'll be dope. That'll be dope. That'll be dope. It's always good to celebrate other people's success, family. All right. So, you know, we are all brothers and sisters at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what, you know, where we're from, what color skin we are, any of that. You know, we're all human beings at the end of the day, so we got to celebrate each other. So, shout out to you. Yo, West, is that you from UK, bruv? What up, mate? I haven't seen you in a while, bro. How you been? Oh, Mr. Matthew West. My boy dropped the heart with the fire emoji. He's like, extra love. Extra love. Happy to see you here, West. Happy to see you here, man. I really enjoy the stream. I usually trade on my own and don't feel confident enough, but trading alongside other people is always great. Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, the reason why I'm doing this stream, honestly, is I want to get myself more out there on YouTube and stuff, and that's why I figured I'd do live streams. But, you know, trading, to be completely honest and transparent with y'all, you know, trading is a solo journey, you know. Don't get me wrong, I know we're here streaming and, you know, some of y'all may be pulling trigger alongside me and stuff, and, you know, that's cool and all, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, the thing also that we need to keep in mind is, you know, everyone's results aren't going to be the same, right? We need to be open to that. And, you know, it's trading to me is it's very much a solo journey in a sense too, right? Sorry, hold on, give me a second. I'm just trying to look at something here. Okay, my bad. Back to what I was saying. So, you know, trading is kind of like a solo journey as well, in a sense, right? You know, because it's you against the markets. You know, you could obviously hop on live streams, get education, stuff like that. But, you know, overall, you know, this is something where, you know, it's you battling the markets, right? And, you know, let's say, for example, like there's two ways you guys could look at these streams. Like, maybe somebody sees the complete opposite of what I'm looking at, right? And, you know, it's like maybe their bias veers because I'm looking at the opposite thing, right? And that could be a downfall to somebody, right? I know it's happened to me before where, you know, I let someone else's bias get in my head. You know, it's possible. These things can happen, you know, and that's the other thing. Like, I would really let you guys be open-minded on that too. You know, overall, you know, being able to see this happen live does help you as a trader as well, because now you can see how we react and do certain things, right? I don't know why that just opened. Yo, appreciate you too, Nicholas. Thanks for showing love. Yo, thank you all of y'all for dropping likes. You know, we went from like 9 likes to 22, so much love. You share your analysis every live stream on YouTube or also on Go Live. Are you not plugged in yet on Go Live? But I'm in Discord from Trade House now. At the moment, plugged in with Valentino. Yeah, you know, I share analysis everywhere, really. Go Live, YouTube, everywhere. You know, Go Live, I'm obviously diving very, very deep into the nitty-gritty of things. I also have my own, like, personal boot camp or course on my Go Live as well, where I dive deep into these concepts. So if anybody here is not a part of, you know, that platform or the community, you know, you guys do see my social media below. Hit me up. And, you know, if you guys are interested in that, you like what you see here, we can obviously get you tapped into that as well. And I can mentor you personally. I seriously didn't have a platform to follow your trading and style apart from IML. Thanks for coming here, brother. Appreciate and love only. Cheers. Yo, much love. Chintaka. Appreciate the love. Yes, exactly what Matthew Wetz said. You know, at the end of the day, you guys still got to press the button and manage the trade with your emotions. So, you know, that's that. So let's see here what's going on. Dollar is really not doing what I want it to do at the moment, to be real. You know, I really would have liked higher closes and stuff. It could come down one more time. You know, there is imbalance on like a 5-minute and stuff, but to me, like, I would really want this 15-minute candle respected. So we'll see here. I really don't think gold should come back, though, and if it does, we might be wrong. So we'll see there. Need them higher closes on dollar. Come on, dollar. Dollar bill, y'all. Got the new 15-minute candle. Either way, though, this is good. Like, we're closing above this area. So, you know, that did look scary as a bearish candle. But, you know, we still closed up. Let's see how this next 15 minutes plays out here going into 8:30. You know, bullish close would be ideal. It's still possible that this could even come below this wick one more time and then go as well. And maybe it wants to search even deeper and go for the 5-minute. Or we're completely wrong and this just sinks. Okay, so just keeping that open. You know, I'm always open to those possibilities. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Sheesh, gold. Yep. These streams give me confirmation on my analysis or a different perspective. I appreciate you and John coming on YouTube. I love having all on my TV throughout the day. Hey, much love, Nikki. Happy to see that. You know, the Trade House community has been helping you out. Yeah, and I didn't really, you know, to be honest, like, we didn't really have this when I first started trading. Like, you know, I didn't have, like, live stuff like this. So, you know, it's always good to have now. Like, the trading community has obviously shifted a lot in the last, you know, 4 years or so. Yeah, so as we're seeing here, you know, dollar is dipping lower. Looks like it did sweep that low. Yeah, it did. So I liked how this candle came in, gave us higher amount of volume. So that's showing absorption there. You know, so if we can get another absorption candle, that would be awesome. Or, you know, this could just simply close bullish. We'll see here. Yeah, gold does have an imbalance higher as well. Good point there, Adnan. It can fill it, or it doesn't have to. You know, there has been times where imbalances haven't been filled. You know, if we were to talk about some previous scenarios, like always imbalances don't have to always get filled. Like you can see here, like we filled some of this imbalance, but we still have something open too, and it's still sold off. So, you know, it really depends on what the perspective of the market is for the day. All right, we'll see here. Just the rest of what it didn't fill. Yep, exactly. Investor H here. Good to see you, Siva. Yo, what's good, Hendrik? What's going on? What's your definition of a business? It's kind of a random question, to be honest, but I look at a business as, you know, obviously a, you know, some sort of idea or something that you have that's going to benefit or help, you know, the economy in some form of way. And you're obviously leveraging people, you know. So, you know, a business could be like opening up a gas station, for example, right? And you have people hiring and working for you and stuff. So businesses to me is like, you know, seeing, like leveraging other people to work for you and you're making an income. That's how I look at a business. Yeah, US 30 is looking super sketchy. This is what we were talking about. Let's see. We have 8 minutes till the open. Let's see what it does. So I was sketchy about the indices today, especially 30. 30 to me is probably the sketchiest one yet, because 30 is looking like the strongest one. So 30 could run the high and then go, if that is the objective today. Whereas NASDAQ and S&P could maintain. That's why generally for indices, I'll play after the open move. So like 9 Central or 10 Central, I'll get in the aftermath move. What's good? Joey Garcia. Looks like he's looking for 30 sells. Yeah. You know, I feel divergence could be a play here. Considering at how stronger US 30 is compared to the others at the moment. Yeah, 30 could simply run the high. That could be a possibility. And then NASDAQ and S&P could maintain. Look, looks like SP5 is a little bit stronger than NASDAQ as well. It's approaching that candle sooner. Maybe we get two of them to diverge, and then NASDAQ is the one that maintains. That could be a possibility too. Who knows? That's kind of why I'm staying away for indices right now. I just want to wait and see the open happen, and then we'll see what we can get from that. But yeah, you know, indices, we got a higher close but less volume too. Forgot to mention that. So that's why I can see both sides. I can see the buys from down here, but the shorts also make sense to me. So yeah, we'll see. Because at the end of the day, we are back in that overall like candle, right? That 1 hour candle. I would like to see gold at a minimum come into this imbalance here and possibly even hit the candle on the hourly. Because like I said earlier, I feel that if we were to be bullish on gold, it would at least need to come here before it goes up. So that could be a nice area. Depending on how you guys played it, I believe that's like a 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. I don't know if I even measured this. If it does give us that. Yeah, about a 1 to 4. Or, like I said, this could take the whole thing down and we could come into this 4 hour. So this is kind of like the lower target that I would like to see. And then, yeah, we'll see how this reacts in here tomorrow, right? Because if we fail to break up tomorrow, then, yeah, maybe we do have the top of gold. And, maybe this is the April shift that we see in gold, right? We've seen it before in the past, right? Second week of April, third week of April or so, we see the shift of it then going bearish. So that could be a possibility. And the only thing that makes me open to the fact of that is how bearish everywhere else in the world is on dollar right now. But this is a commodity, so a lot of people might be going to gold at this moment, to kind of as an investment vehicle too. So there could be bullishness adding into this as well, overall. But that's kind of where I look at it. At least, my whole objective was to see if we could get buying down here. This was kind of like my last buy zone I was going to attempt. Other than that zone, there's one down here, but this is the current one I would like to attempt, this buy zone. So we'll see. Gold is creeping back up. Like, we did technically come and fill the imbalance too, so I guess we just got to see from where we're at right now. Nice management there, y'all, on Euro. If you guys did BE and whatnot. It's all about position management. We could be wrong, I'm open to that. My boy said Shorty's about to hit me BE. What do you think? What do you do to increase your financial thermostat different than before you were trading, or some things to get better with maintaining that money comes in? Do you have tips? So like having like an actual budget and money plan in general, you make this much money, you put this so amount aside, stuff like that. Creating like a nest egg for yourself. I think everybody should always have an emergency fund for themselves. Like 6 to 12 months worth of expenses, somewhere. Like, you don't even need to put it in a bank. Maybe have it in cash just in case your shit hits the fan. I think that's something important for people to have. Because let's say if you do want to start investing into different stuff, if you're just investing and you don't have any cash at all and you're just continuously putting it into the market, then it could make you make emotional decisions, right? You could then, you would then have to like debate, should I pull the money out of this stock or this crypto or whatever, It's going to put you in those like sticky situations. So I think that's always a good thing to have there. Yeah, Alex, it's very probable. Dollar shorts might win for the day today. And, we were open to that thought, right? We were open to that thought. Right, this is what we were looking at last week, right? This 4-hour imbalance. So this might play out. We'll see. If we let loose below this candle, it's GG's at that point. So now we're inside the 5-minute imbalance. So, we should start to, if we are going to be bullish for the day today, this is where we would want to see it. But yeah, we'll see how this plays here. It's 8:30 now as well. Oh, let's see the stock exchange open. So it looks like NASDAQ just barely missed like the area we were looking at there. S&P came in. Same thought process here too. See if this original move continues. Or if that was just like a fake out kind of. 1 second. All right. My bad. Do, 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 do. Where did my chat go? Oh, there it is. How did your first payout feel? Were you afraid you could do it again or fears about sustaining profitability? I swear you kind of asked me this the last week too. The first payout or withdrawal, doesn't matter really. I think both could answer your question either way. But yeah, my first withdrawal, it didn't make me afraid or fearful. It really actually strengthened me more to believe that this is possible. Because now, I was able to withdraw from the markets. I saw something Like, it was actually happening in front of me. You know, yeah, I traded, whatever, but now I have, like, proof of it being real. My first withdrawal wasn't anything crazy. You know, I wanted to make it real for myself, so I only withdrew, like, I think it was like $50 or $100 for my first withdrawal. But the fact that I was even able to do that, you know, it really made me more confident and give me the vision that trading is real. You know, because I pressed buttons and I made money, even though it was like $50. And then, yeah, over time, that just, you know, the withdrawals obviously got bigger. Things have gotten bigger. So it strengthened it more and more over time. Really showing that the process is valid. Yeah, even this 30-minute too is showing absorption. So we'll see. Not going to really take it, me being wrong, until this low is taken. So we'll see. You know, we could look at it both ways too. The absorption to the, you know, downside as well for buy side could be validated too. We have this gap here and stuff. So we'll see. So if, for example, on gold, so we're in a 1 hour imbalance, right? So this is where, you know, we could start to see if we are wrong on our bear bias. You know, if we are going to be bullish on gold, this is where we would want to see, you know, lower highs and lower lows, then inevitably get broken and create higher highs and higher lows. So I'm going to be really paying attention to this here, like this leg of price action. Because, yeah, if this leg of price action just trades lower, you know, we're still good. Looks like USD CAD did come down to 1.35. All right, so I'm still in either way. You know, I'm in a little bit of drawdown. Who cares? But, you know, if you're still looking at 135, you're probably in there now. Yeah, see, I'm happy I didn't play oil because I was trying to play off this 30-minute. Looks like it just came to the top of the range too. So ideally would want to see oil sell off from where it's at. That would be ideal. As of right now, you know, if we look at this hourly candle, right, comparing these to the other hourly candles, this could be absorption. But to confirm the absorption, we would need that lower close, right? Now, this doesn't have to close all the way down, but even if it closes below the high, that would certify that too. So let's see if that continues there or not. Just need dollar to do its thing. Still sticking around in the same area, but giving us a reaction. So we'll see. I was thinking about pulling again. If you're talking about gold, Adnan, where did you pull originally? I'm kind of also wondering how you got hit out BE. Unless you, like, pulled in here or something, and then, you played like a 1 minute or something in there, which I see why you could have gotten hit in BE in that sense. Because let's say if you entered on this 1 minute, maybe your entry was here, you could have gotten hit BE. So I see you on that. And that's honestly why I stopped trading the 1 minute so much. I'm more interested in the 5 and 15 because 1 minute structure continuation like that, like you got to be open for your trade to come back and hit you out, in my opinion. Like I honestly have been staying away from 1 minute. I rather just play the 5 or the 15 entry, because like the 1 minute inside that range could do the most. Like let's say if this is the 15-minute range, and then inside the 1 minute, like it could like break structure in here and then come all the way back, take that high, and then go, but it was still valid on the higher time frame. You know what I mean? Like 1 minute be doing dumb shit like that. DXY in that 5 minute imbalance, would like to see a fly from there. Yes, indeed. Same bias. USD CAD 5 minute absorption. Let's see. 15-minute candle is also looking like an absorption currently. We got to confirm with the close. That's looking like an absorption. Let's see the 5 minute. Oh, yes, I see you. Indeed. That's a good confirmation there. Good stuff. Yeah, that's what we want to see. So now we really need to just see this go up and close above, and we should ideally be good. Not the ideal thing that I always do, but, to me, like a wick entry like this, you really wouldn't want to see price come back. But to really confirm this, if this gives us a close above, I ideally, if my entry was down here, I would have probably broken even. If I get a closure up here, I would break even personally, just because I got the bottom bear and I played the bottom of the absorption. Like there really should be no reason for it to come back. This is fairly healthy as well if we look on the 1 minute. That magnet helps. Yep, facts. The magnet helps. Brother, what are your potential TPs on EU and UCAT? So, USD CAD intraday, really depends on how y'all played it. If you played the 1.35 entry, like how AK put in the chat, it doesn't really take you guys a lot to get like a 1 to 3. Depending on if you have your stop literally right there, 7 pip stop, it really doesn't take you a lot to get a 1 to 3. Like right there is a 1 to 3 for you. I personally feel that UCAD could at least take the high from previous day. Those are some further targets, shorter term targets. We could look for these imbalance fills in here, right? But yeah, I think the high of yesterday could be a valid target. And then, if we get further like I want it to, ideally for USD CAD, the whole reason why I'm even playing buys is because I want to buy this up into here to potentially short it. So longer term target, I would like to see 1.365, 362, like around this area here. And then Euro USD, isn't it even selling off or reacting? Looks like it's trying to. Euro USD was literally be the same thing. We could look for it to go lower to like fill in this imbalance. But yeah, like it could come down further and, attack the wick if it wants to do that. Right, but Euro, I think you could be targeting at least in these imbalances to the left here. Looks like Euro came to that. Whoa, almost dropped my T. To be honest, with this mitigation on gold, I'm really thinking that we shouldn't come back up again. Like, this is making me a little sketched right now, the way this is trading. Really would want this to close. But yeah, once I get a closure below here, I'm probably going to go break even. Just because I wouldn't expect it to come all the way back up. Thank you. I wouldn't really expect it to come back up. How do you play entries off of imbalance like gold? So me personally, I had a limit set like this. And that's how I played it. You know, like I played it literally in, like my entry was above that wick and then stop above that high. Right now my stop is a little bit shorter, like about there. But yeah, that's how I played that. EU not reacting like GU, so you were right that Euro is stronger. Yeah. Wait, how did GU react? Oh yeah, GU reacted much more firm. Didn't quite come in the imbalance that we were wanting though. Unless if it, no, yeah, it didn't come in. Came into the box I drew, but the box was based off the imbalance. I guess I just dragged it a little bit more under that wick there. But yeah. Yeah. You know, we are looking at Euro GBP, and Euro is stronger based off of Euro GBP. So, you know, to me, the short side on pound made more sense based off that, if you were to play that. All right. Come on, Dollar. Let's see what you want to do. We got the absorption. We got a bullish candle close. Right? Did it engulf it, though? Barely. I don't even think you would really consider that an engulf, but... We have 12 minutes on the 30-minute candle. If this engulfs us, that would be a nice sign for us to see. Wow, USD CAD just came all the way back. Sheesh. That is not looking good at all right now. Oof. Well, I got hit out of UCAD. It is what it is. The magnet worked for like 2 minutes on DXY, and then it just came right back. It is what it is. Yeah, if it's really struggling here, then that means it's probably respecting this to go lower. So we might be wrong. Yeah, I think I got hit out of UCAD. Yeah, I got hit out of UCAD. Took an L there. All good. Let's see here. Your entry was 2,066. Let's see. 2,000. $2,066. Right? Yeah. Oh, that's about here. Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe it was good that you got hit out break even, because if we're wrong, then better take break even than a loss, right? Man, this was unfortunate on UCAT. You know, we are trying to play like a counter trend, so it is what it is. But yeah, I guess this is going to play out. Original thoughts from last week. It's just unfortunate I didn't get any of the entries based off of that idea. Just very, very crummy price action, to say the least. Yeah, like even, like I was looking at USD CAD shorts, you know, but I like just didn't give like an ideal entry. Like I get it, it did a 5-minute distro here, but it just also looked like it left equal high, so I don't want to attempt that. Like this was valid too, so. Currently in buys at 109.063. 109. Oh, so you're in from the bottom. Oh, wait, no. 0.0963. My bad. Thought you said 0.06. I'm like, yeah, you're in from the bottom. Yeah. So it looks like you played that. I see you. One thing I could have done personally to minimize my risk a bit more on UCAD, could have put my stop below this low once we got the absorption. Like my stop was from here, like it was like here. So I still minimized my risk a little bit. Like I took a reduced loss, not a full loss. But yeah, you know. This beat is going ham right now. Yeah, looks like gold also wants to razzle dazzle back up. So yeah, I might have been wrong on direction today. You know, it does look like dollar's gonna let loose now. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Indices blow through as well. They probably did. Oh, they didn't. Interesting. NASDAQ is still selling off from where we were looking at. Didn't quite come in that imbalance, though. Wanted to see something like this. That was nice. So if y'all played S&P and NASDAQ, they give a decent reaction. 30 did what we anticipated, right, to run the high. Most likely diverging between the two, and that's kind of what happened here, too. Probably going to get hit break even here on my gold shorts. Yeah, this is where I wanted to see buys, but wanted to see us at least tag the candle. We didn't quite do that. It looks like it just kind of did like a 3-minute razzle dazzle here. EU on 5 minute is showing absorption. Yeah. Yeah, once again, like I was saying earlier, like euro is the stronger one compared to pound, so this could run highs. Pound does really look like it's struggling to go higher, compared to that. It's funny, dollar's still in the same range. It hasn't even broken yet. That's crazy. Figured this move, leg lower, this candle itself that's printing would, if we are wrong, it would close here. So I guess if UCAD closes like this is what we could look at for tomorrow. It did run this. Now it's trading lower, so this could be like a mitigation play. Something like that. So, if it does continue selling off today, maybe for news and everything tomorrow, we could see it here. Could be a possibility. Overall, like I said, we do want to see UCAD lower. I just wanted a higher point. Didn't quite get that. That's fine. But this makes sense as well. See if we can get that. I think I pull again on gold. We get some liquidity below 203, and gold keeps going up. It'll absorb without breaking down. Yeah, personally right now I'm not trying to enter any new positions. I'm just kind of just chilling and waiting to see how price plays here. I find it very interesting that dollar is struggling though to close below to really confirm if it wants to be bearish or not. So find that interesting. Like we are over and over and over again coming with higher and higher sell volume than this candle, but we're failing to close. Right? You guys can see here. Because, yeah, if this was short, then this 5-minute reaction here, like it did give us a 5-minute closure below with higher volume here. Like I would really like to see that 15 or that 30-minute. If this is truly bearish, like we should really let loose and take this, right, with a nice strong closure. But, the fact that it's still kind of closing above this area with higher volume kind of still gives a little bit of hope. But once again, that 5-minute is pretty strong right now. So I think You know, this could just be this here. Like literally what it's printing right now. Maybe it can pop up one more time and then go. Or it could just let loose from where it's at right now. Like it could just yeet like that. Or it could just come up and do that too. So we'll see. Well, there's our divergence that we were looking at. Right, 30 ran. Looks like these two are selling off very nicely here. So it looks like so far the only thing that we really, got solid today was indices. But even then, like, they're not really giving massive moves. Like, they gave the original reaction that we thought of, right? Which was, 30 running the high, divergence there. And then NASDAQ and S&P reacting lower. We have a few points on the table. Nothing crazy, though. Like 9 points or whatever. 9, 10 points. NASDAQ, same kind of deal. Ideally didn't come into our zone, but that initial reaction, about 64 points. Then 30 still trying to push higher, which I find very interesting there, too. So either this could be a divergence to take this lower, like all of these lower, and these ones are going to go lower, or US 30 is actually leading the pack here. Yeah. All good, though. Today might have been a day where we, gone clapped there, but it's fine. I'm in on a long-term buy on GU 13100 or 123100. Yeah, I see you on that. Yeah, that was the original thought. Everything that I was looking at today was to just take it up, right? Because we wanted to see XXX still go up anyways because we wanted dollar down. I just wanted to see if dollar was going to give us one more push up prior to us selling off. So, same thought process. I just didn't get my entry down here either. Not my ideal entry, but this is where we were looking at last week. I don't really set limits like that off of a 4-hour time frame. I usually break it down onto a 15-minute to get my entry. But, like, this isn't my ideal 15-minute entry. Or 5 even, either. Like, it gave it, but not, like, the ideal point. So, it is what it is. Maybe we can get more buys tomorrow because, you know, we do want to see this stuff upside anyways. And there is a lot of imbalances leaving behind in this move. So, right, we have CPI tomorrow. And we have the meeting minutes for USD. So, two very crucial USD events. I took an AU buy. Nice. Guess you like played in here. Looks like it gave a nice 5-minute razzle dazzle. Oh, it did. Boom, boom, boom. Clean. I made 3 demo accounts. Every one I finished in 5% profit in short time. And now since I'm in a challenge account, I'm in drawdown since 13 days. I don't understand what's going on. Well, you know, trading a demo and trading an actual account, there are a lot of differences, even on like a psychology standpoint. Maybe go back, Geo, and observe. Like, go back and look at every single trade. Excuse me. Go back and look at every single trade you took on that demo account and, like, kind of back test and see what you did well there and compare that to the setups you're taking now on this current account, right? And see what you're doing different. See what your ideal setup that was making you profitable over there compared to what you're doing here. Clapped on EU. Yeah. I honestly wasn't too confident about this one at all. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. This is kind of what happens when you try to, you know, play the hedge. You know, I was just salty that I didn't get this. So it is what it is. But I still think tomorrow we're going to get a retest, though, either way. I don't think we're just going to fall going into tomorrow. It could happen. It is looking good, though, overall, like our analysis. So, like, last week we had this bottom. Look to take it in here, and then, you know, then to take it down. I just figured we were going to get one more push. Or even to at least fill this gap or something, but we didn't get that. There you go. There's our dollar closes lower. Yeah, this was just a little confusing today, to be honest. Like, the accumulation was fairly clean. See if I could, and obviously this is hindsight now. Let's see if we can justify the shorts. The thing I felt like that was obvious with the shorts was this bull candle here because of the absorption. Other than that, like, I didn't really see a reason to short this. Other than, like, here. Kind of hard to justify that, to be honest, to get in shorts. Keep getting random calls from California. Shit is so annoying. But yeah. Yeah, it'll probably fill the gap tomorrow on DXY to fill out the gaps and sweep some liquidity. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. You know, we come up, fill some of the imbalance, possibly the gap, and then inevitably just take the lows. And then, you know, ideally that low too. Yeah, I just figured for dollar, you know, either we were going to come up higher within this range. And it kind of did what I wanted it to do yesterday anyways, because I wanted the daily close to be below this high, which it gave us that. It just didn't give me an ideal entry there. But yeah, you know, it makes sense to me. You know, daily expansion down. Take that. Take that. That's what we wanted for April anyways. Even if we look at seasonality, we wanted to see more downside on dollar. Where is that at? There we go. Right, so the retracements might be done now, and now we're just going to yeet lower. Yeet. Let's see. Still struggling to close below this low, though. It's pretty funny. It's going to do it, though. It's probably going to do it right here. Is it going to be this next 1 minute candle? Gold buys were clean. Came into our zone. But shit, man. Should have been paying attention in the evening yesterday. This was stellar. This would have been the ideal, but the stop was pretty big. It was like 60 pips. But then it broke up, made a new high. This was clean here. I just figured we would get this imbalance fill at least. This was like my first partial zone for the sells on gold. Like I wanted to see if we can get this more deeper into this imbalance. Maybe even hit that candle. And then I was looking for buy. But that was no bueno. All right. Well, that's all I really have for today, y'all. So unless y'all have any questions... You know, it's good to see our indices played out, though. You know, we might have been wrong with the dollar and, you know, gold is still playing. And actually, dollar is still playing, too, so we'll see. But yeah, indices were the ones that were kind of, I guess, right today. You know, we got the sweep on the high with the divergence, and then NASDAQ and S&P. Well, S&P is struggling a little bit, but NASDAQ is really giving us nice shorts. So... I'm going to go ahead and leave things off there. What if DXY doesn't close under and it just wicks under there? That could be a possibility too, by all means. That could be possible too. Like even right now, like it's literally struggling to close below that. Like it's struggling so hard to close below that right now. Like technically the 5 minutes still maintained too. So who knows? Unless if a miracle happens and we just, you know, like I don't know. But the indices seem to be, you know, favoring dollar bullish with the way they're printing, to be honest. Okay, maybe I should have played indices over UCAD. Wouldn't have gotten stopped out, huh? Oil's probably busting too. Yeah, it is. Happy I didn't play this either. Oil's just been on some bullshit. Dang, I just saw that I forgot to set a limit on UJ buys 133. 13306. Yeah, no, trust. These buys were clean. These are clean. Yeah, we were looking at this a bit earlier on the stream. We identified this. You know, selling climax that. We broke above there, came back into that candle, the spring candle. I think even now we're probably at like a 1 to 2.5, maybe a 1 to 3. Yeah, just about. So that was clean too. UJ was nice. Back to studying, indeed. What do you look for after an absorption for an entry? The absorption is my entry. Like, I'll play the absorption, and then, you know, obviously an institutional area, like a candle. You know, today for, I'm going to just take yesterday's gold example, because today's example is just kind of not doing anything, really. Yeah, see, yesterday's example was this. So you had this candle, and then you had the candle that came into it. See, this was an absorption play here, right? But then you also, lining up with the absorption, you have a break to the downside on the 5-minute. You have a candle of interest, right? This is your institutional candle or institutional area. Doesn't matter what you call it, right? The up candle that came up, swept the highs, broke structure, and then you play inside the imbalance, or you can play the candle. So that's like the ideal absorption thought there. Thank you, Siva. You and the gang have taught me so much over the last few years. My first live with you today. Much love and respect. Yo, much love, Retain Ascension. Thank you for being on here. How do you overcome overtrading? I tend to force trades after taking a loss. So it's really having a plan for that. You know, what's your maximum you're willing to risk for the day or the week, right? You know, what do you need to see to enter within the market? It really comes down to your plan. From what I've seen personally, you know, with myself, I usually overtrade because I don't take my most ideal setup. You know, in the past, I will like try to take, like, you know, I'm talking about years here, but in the past, like, I would take a trade and it didn't really give me what I exactly wanted it to do, and I forced a setup, right? So maybe look at your winning trades. It's kind of the same thing that I told Gio earlier. You know, study your winning trades and see what you do well, right? A lot of people say you don't need to study your wins, but I think your wins are the things that you do need to study, because it shows you what you're doing right and what gave you your results. Because maybe you don't need to change anything about the way you trade. Maybe you should just go back to that concept or whatever you're trading there. But yeah, family, I'm going to take a break here from my computer. Probably go outside, ground myself and stuff like that. But I appreciate all of y'all tuning in to the live stream. You know, we were able to hit indices today. Pretty spot on. The others didn't play out so well, but hey, it is what it is. We can't win them all. But, you know, love and appreciate y'all. Thank you for hopping on the stream with me here today. Next time I am going to be live on YouTube is going to be Thursday at 7 a.m. Central. So, you know, we'll see what happens with our speculation, what we had on CPI and all of that. We'll even recap what happened today as well, see if anything does happen to play out. But yeah, I'll see y'all on Thursday. If you aren't going to be here Thursday, I will see y'all on Friday as well. So, love and appreciate y'all. Have a blessed rest of your day and week. Be safe tomorrow for CPI. Follow your plans. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.